So I was at the airport the other day and I overheard a passenger in front of me in the queue say, "I have two luggages to put on the plane." Now let me ask you a question. Is that correct? Two luggages? No, it isn't. Luggage is an uncountable noun, and so is baggage. There are some English nouns that don't have a plural, so we need to use another word to count them, okay? It sounds confusing, but it's really quite straightforward. And to find out how, stay tuned. Hello and welcome to Let Them Talk, the channel that goes deeper into everything about the English language. And what I wanted to talk to you about today is English nouns without a plural. Yes, it would be nice if you could just put an S at the end of every noun and then forget about it and go and do something else more interesting. Unfortunately, it's not quite so simple. And I thought today that I'd share with you some of these words and show you how to make them into a plural, okay? So the first word is information. Yes, it has no plural. I teach English in France and I hear students saying informations every day, but it's not correct, okay? Instead, just place a piece of before information when you want to count it. I heard an interesting piece of information today. I have two pieces of information for you. Okay? Let's look at the word news. And news, like all the words on this list, is always singular, even though news ends in an S. Okay? The news is good. And again, you count it with pieces, or you can use items. I have two items of news to discuss. Okay, luggage or baggage. Again, you can count with pieces or items. You can carry two items of hand luggage onto the plane. You can count suitcases and bags, but not luggage. You only count pieces of luggage. Research. This was a piece of research that won the scientists the Nobel Prize. Okay. Equipment. For example, check every piece of equipment is working before you start the experiment. Advice. You're learning English. I've got two pieces of advice for you. Yes, you cannot say an advice. It's always a piece of advice. Okay, so remember that for all of these words, you can say some, which can precede countable or uncountable nouns. So some advice, some information, some news, etc. That's always okay, right? Okay, just give you another example. Furniture. You can't count furniture. You can count tables and chairs. You can't count furniture. Again, you have to say a piece of furniture or item of furniture. And homework, it's another example, a piece of homework. Evidence, a piece of evidence, okay? But sometimes we don't use piece or item, we use another word, okay? So let's look at some of these. We have trousers and scissors, a pair of trousers, a pair of scissors. Money is uncountable. You can count coins, you can count pounds, you can count euros, you can count dollars, but money is uncountable. Bread is uncountable. You can't have a bread. You have a loaf of bread, a loaf of bread. The plural is loaves of bread. So next time you go to a bakery, ask for a loaf of bread. Luck has no plural. You say a stroke of luck. Winning the lottery was a stroke of luck. Salt, a grain of salt. Okay, I put a few grains of salt on my salad. A speck of dust. Okay, so dust is counted with specks. Clean the room, and when I get back, I don't want to see a speck of dust. Okay, and perhaps my favorite, a dollop of jam or cream. For breakfast, I have a slice of crusty bread with a dollop of strawberry jam. I love the word dollop. If you learned one word today, learn the word dollop. In fact, there are quite a lot more of these words that make non-plural words into plurals. So I'll leave a link in the description with a list, okay? Well, there you are. I hope you found that useful, and thank you for watching more English language videos.